What's up, Internet Alpha here? Lately, I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends. Now, a lot of you know Apex Legends right now isn't in a very good spot. It's probably in its worst state it's ever been since its release. It has a number of issues with it, but the biggest issue I've been having has to do with the concept of noob crutches, and it's been getting me thinking a lot about noob crutches and how they affect the way games play and people play around them and how they cater to bad I don't want to say bad, but the casuals, I will say. And it really hurts games. Now, for those of you who don't know the concept of a noob crutch is basically any gameplay mechanic or usually a weapon or something that is objectively stronger than basically every other weapon in the game or mechanic in the game, or is just generally easier to use, that lets less skilled players compete with better players. They can use this mechanic, basically abusing this mechanic, or to compete with people who are better than them. It's a noob crutch. It allows them to lean on something to make them feel better about themselves in order to keep that player base happy, because casuals are hard to keep happy because they're usually not the better player base. But I've been thinking about that, and I was going to make a video, and then I saw TSM Daquan's tweet, who is I'm sure a lot of you know, uh, Fortnite streamer slash professional, and he said, "One day, game developers will realize that you can't protect noobs from getting bopped. You add ranked, people will just smurf. You support casuals, and ranked people will just go bot farming casuals. You try to change game mechanics to save them, you ruin your game. History doesn't lie." Now, there's definitely some truth to that, but what really hit me home there is that I knew that I wasn't alone in this matter, and that noob crutches are destroying games. And specifically, he's talking about the removal of health and shield gain upon kills in Fortnite, which a lot of people are very against. And I totally agree. I think that's probably one of the best things they've added to Fortnite since the game began. And I don't even play Fortnite anymore. I'm not even a huge fan of Fortnite. Um, like I said, I've been playing Apex Legends, but Apex Legends suffers from the same problem, not in a health and shield standpoint, even though I think that would be a great mechanic in that game as well, as far as defending from third and fourth, fifth, the 7 millionth parties that you get in that game. But that's besides the point. The things I'm talking about are things that are in every game, things like the noob combo in Halo, the Model 1887 in Call of Duty, the noob tube in Call of Duty, the smart pistol in Titanfall. All these things, they give people a chance, but it also ruins your game dynamic. I'm fine with noob crutches, is what I guess I'm trying to say. But they cannot be so powerful that it's literally the only thing that is used in your game. In the case of Apex Legends, which has been bothering me lately, that would be Wingman Peacekeeper. Wingman Peacekeeper has become the noob crutch of Apex Legends, and they nerfed it, but they didn't nerf it. The problem was they what they did was reduce the speed on the gun, but fire rate wasn't the problem with the Wingman. The problem is it does way too much damage. The thing does 45 damage, which is more, which is only 10 damage less than the longbow, a sniper rifle, and it does more damage than the scout, which is also a sniper rifle. How does a pistol do more damage than a sniper rifle? That is just mind-boggling to me. But that's besides the point. The point is it's become so common that people are just using it, and that's all you ever see is people using either specifically Wingman Peacekeeper, or they're using the Wingman or the Peacekeeper in conjunction with some other weapon. But they generally, everybody you run into will have one of those two guns. Pretty much everybody. The thing is, as far as Daquan's tweet goes, which brings this to light, you can't cater to casuals. Casuals are fine and they're great and you need them, but you cannot cater them. Casuals come and go. They will always come and go. You're not going to turn casuals into hardcore players. It's not going to happen. They're called casuals for a reason. They come in, they enjoy their time, and then they leave. You want to cater to your hardcore player base that is always going to be there. And that is just something you don't see in gaming anymore. Everything is always about the casuals because casuals spend lots of money very quickly because they know they're not going to stick around. Whales are a thing, but casuals generally will probably spend more money in a shorter period of time. So keeping them happy is good. It also inflates your numbers and keeps player bases up, which keeps investors happy. And I get it. You want those people to stay there, but they will always come and go. I 100% agree with Daquan. Please stop catering to this player base. You need to focus on solid game mechanics. And as far as a battle royale goes, power curve in that game doesn't make any sense to me. It's a game based on RNG. You don't really have any control on what weapons you get until way later in the game where you've looted so much that weapons are just come to you naturally. In a battle royale, every weapon needs to be usable on its own terms. So obviously balancing weapons is difficult and some weapons are objectively going to be better than others, but it can't be there can't be such a big difference that literally one gun is just dominating everything. And that is what happened in Apex Legends. And as far as Fortnite goes, the health and shield thing protected people from third partying, and it allowed people who were better, who can get those kills, instead of wasting 10 seconds hiding trying to bandage up or shield up, it allowed them to just keep fighting. So when people just keep swarming in, they don't have to worry about healing because they're good enough to kill the players, and it keeps them healthy enough to where they don't have to worry about dying. Now, I don't want to blame a lot of this on Call of Duty, but I feel like a lot of it has to do with Call of Duty and specifically the loadout system, where the loadout system is great, it works, but it gives you access to whatever weapon you want all the time. Now, my PSA to game devs is take a page out of Halo. Halo was full of noob crutches. The shoddy it was ridiculously strong. It was close range, but it was ridiculously strong. The sword was ridiculous. Um, Plasma pistol battle rifle also ridiculous. Tons of noob crutches in that game. But Halo did something that no other game has still really done to this day, except for maybe the exception of Counter-Strike, except for they do it in a different way. They made those weapons power weapons, and they made them objectives on the map that you could fight over. So if you missed out on getting a noob crutch, that was your own fault. It wasn't a matter of, oh man, that guy just spawned in and just nub tubbed me or whatever, or just blew me up. No, that guy went to the objective on the spawn time, picked it up, and you weren't there to defend it, so he gets it and you don't. That's a great mechanic. It gives you something to fight over other than just the players themselves. It gives you a point of contention. Like, oh my god, if I don't get this rocket launcher, we're gonna lose this match. Like things like that. That creates It's just good balance, and it creates tension, and it gives you a purpose. It makes these weapons seem like a tool instead of a crutch, because you have to earn those weapons. They aren't just handed to you like they are in Call of Duty. So please, game devs, make these weapons objectives and not crutches. Make them tools. Now, as far as battle royales go, I can't help you there. You need to figure that out on your own, game devs. Obviously, my opinion on that matter is you need to make all the weapons available as balanced as possible. Every weapon needs to be usable. I don't care if it's a freaking Mozambique or the Wingman. They both need to be equally usable. Obviously different weapons will have different strengths, but they need to be usable within their class within that strength. So Mozambique needs to be just as usable as a peacekeeper. I know that sounds crazy to most people, and that's probably going to trigger a lot of people. But as far as battle royales go, that's what needs to be happen. I don't like it always sucks. It sucks more than anything in the world when you land and you just get crappy weapons and this other dude has an R99 and there's just no way you can win that fight. You could try to run, but yeah, but in a lot of cases that's not possible. You especially in the way aim punching that works games in that game where it basically like stops time and your guy literally just becomes a statue until he dies. But that's for another video. As far as I'm concerned, guys, balance your weapons better, basically, is what I'm saying. Don't cater to the noobs. You can cater to them a little bit, but they don't need to be so strong that it literally is ruining your game. I really hope the internet likes this and doesn't hate on me for it, but that is my opinion. That was my rant. Noob crutches bad. Get good. See you later.